Norton has been in the industry for a long time, and while their antivirus has proved itself many times over, today Norton 360 does much more than fight malware. Let's start with the basics. Getting Norton is pretty easy. You can follow the link in the description, pick a plan, download the app, and follow the installation instructions. It's all very straightforward. Once you have the app, you'll see that all the main Norton features are right on the dashboard. But there are a lot of tools here, which can get a bit confusing. Thankfully, most of them are very simple, like dark web monitoring, which only requires an initial setup, aka inputting the information you want it to monitor, and then moving forward, it'll watch out for any and all leaks related to your personal data. You can also set up cloud backup right from the main page to have all your most important files safely stored on the cloud. You can choose what file types you want to save, and then schedule how often you want Norton to run its backup feature, so you won't ever have to lift a finger again. Now, in previous versions, most features and settings in the Norton app used to have to pop up in new windows. Ugh. However, the new GUI improved a lot in this regard, and I'm happy to see that the app is now much more user-friendly. But Norton's anti-malware capabilities are something they had nailed down right from the start. In fact, Norton is so confident in this regard that each plan has a 100% virus protection guarantee. If we look at the latest independent testing, Norton scored maximum points in every category, earning a 100% protection score against both new and widespread malware types. But here at Cyber News, we like to test things out ourselves. So our research team unleashed 150 malware samples on our poor testing device and ran a full scan. The whole thing took about 13 minutes, and Norton Antivirus was able to detect 135 out of the 150 threats. Not only did it crush Windows Defender's 1 out of 150 result, but this was also the highest score we got out of any antivirus provider. But what surprised me even more was that the CPU usage rarely went above 30% and only occasionally went up to 60% max. This means that Norton is now lighter on the system even than it used to be, and it should be a good fit even for older and lower spec devices. Now, the scan is just one part of the overall protection Norton provides, so we weren't expecting to see perfect results. But if the leftover malware files so much as wiggle, Norton Antivirus has various tools to catch them right away, from real-time protection that watches out for threats 24/7 to highly advanced firewall features that monitor both incoming and outgoing traffic. Of course, it also has tools that can prevent malware or threat actors from ever getting to your device in the first place. One of these is the Safe Web extension that checks the security of the web pages you visit. And another is the Safe Cam that alerts you in the event of any attempts to access your webcam. So I recommend Norton Antivirus as a reliable choice, and our research team approves of its capabilities too. If you do decide to get Norton, you can get a really good discount by scanning the QR code or by clicking the link in the description. But that's just one Norton product. What about the rest? Are they worth it? Or should you stick with the basic subscription? Well, good news, one of the tools, the Norton Password Manager, is free no matter which subscription you get. But is it actually good? Well, judging a password manager's quality begins with its security, and Norton is doing well in this area. They use industry standard AES 256 encryption and employ a zero-knowledge architecture, meaning that only you can view your passwords. If we look at the password manager itself, it's a bit sad that there is no desktop app, only a browser extension. But even some of the big industry names like Dashlane have the same setup, so that doesn't bother me that much. Plus, the extension is straightforward and easy to navigate too. A bigger con is that at least so far you can't share your passwords, which is a useful feature that most password managers nowadays offer. But at least there's a strong password generator, password health evaluation, and autofills for fast logins. Yes, compared to industry leaders, this is basically the bare minimum, but keeping in mind that you can get Norton Password Manager for free, in my opinion, it's more than enough. Now, what about Norton VPN? First, let's talk about privacy. Norton VPN has a no logs policy, meaning they're legally bound not to track what you do online. But these claims have not been independently audited yet, so you're kind of taking their word for it. On top of that, Norton's jurisdiction is within the US, which is part of the Five Eyes Alliance. Not exactly ideal for privacy. That said, Norton VPN uses the industry standard AES 256 and SHA-20 encryption ciphers to hide your data from prying eyes. And while it might not offer all the flashy additional privacy features, it's still a solid choice for basic privacy. There's one feature I really like though, the built-in added tracker blocker, which works surprisingly well and makes the whole browsing experience much smoother. I gotta say that the VPN is super easy to use too. You can either turn it on right from the main dashboard or set it up to connect automatically whenever you're on an unsecured network like public Wi-Fi. But what about performance? Well, in our tests, Norton VPN performed pretty well, retaining around 80% of our original speed on average. But obviously, it's not the fastest VPN on the market. If you're into high-res streaming or gaming, you might notice some slowdowns. But for casual browsing and light streaming, it works great. Overall, while Norton might not be the best VPN out there, it's a solid bonus feature, especially if you're planning to get other Norton products. So with all that said, which subscription tier is the most worth it? The Plus plan is the cheapest, but only covers antivirus basics and only for a single device. So if you want more, the standard plan is a solid starting point. It gives you all three main Norton products at a pretty low cost. But add a few extra dollars a year and you get parental controls, dark web monitoring, and way more cloud storage. On top of that, you can cover 5 devices, which makes the Norton Deluxe bundle a perfect plan for a family. Now, to answer the main question of this Norton review, is the quality the same between all three products? Well, the antivirus is still the main and strongest Norton bundle product, and it will likely always be. The VPN and the password manager aren't advanced yet, but considering the low cost, I'd say they're worth a try. You can get them today to see whether the basics are enough for you, and if you even like using cybersecurity tools in the first place. This will also help if you want to decide if you might want to invest in alternative products, because industry leaders will have much higher prices. Then, if you want to upgrade, come back to the Cyber News channel and check out our best VPN and password manager reviews. I hope this video was helpful, and if you're getting Norton right now, don't forget to grab a discount code from the description. See you, friend.